I'm trying this again, part two. This is the great thing about computers and technology. It's such a great thing. It's such liberating. But the fact is, like old guys like me, like surrounded by technology, changes all their lives, and I'm really still new to this whole podcasting thing. And that I have a recording here that I started doing with the first round about this, and it looked like it was going okay until I accidentally closed the window and then started the video all over again. So it was quite hilarious. Then I was looking at myself, scratching my head, going, "Why is it starting at the very beginning again?" Anyway, what I did is I went and took the clips that I was going to show the first video that I did show in that video, and just took the two clips out that I wanted to use for this particular one. I have other stills and clips from the event. I have some more that I did speak to Lexi Lavoie for a while from Rebel Media. I'm going to see if I can find out what happened to those clips there. They were on my phone. Like I said, new technology. I should have just brought my webcam. I should have brought my digital cameras I have and my tripods. But I went there sort of blind at the convention and did it just as a first time thing. It was just a fly in the wall. First person ever time I've ever been to a convention of any sort. Been to an event as a person unofficially in a media capacity. I found out later on that I could have been an official media person had I signed up for the media event package at the very beginning, like CBC and all the other networks got off the bat. They said, go to this website. But, of course, as a amateur media person, I didn't know about this, and I'm going to do my research about this. So the next time I come to events, I will be, hopefully, an official accredited media person in there, and with credentials and all the privileges that all the media types got that I didn't as just a participant. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now, then I wouldn't have had to go through and volunteer necessarily. I could have volunteered because I wanted to be part of it the first time. I didn't know that it was on the gateway to becoming part of these events, that the media were invited to these events as well. And had I been part of the initial PD package, I would have been able to just walk in as a media person as opposed to going to get an invitation through other means. Anyway, I participated in the politics process of the Conservative Party. I was volunteer for a couple of days. And the process got to be a fly on the wall in the big processes once the election of the Conservative leader. It was quite an interesting process to see working from the so-called belly of the beast, that were. I'm probably one of the few volunteers that may have decided to participate online to share the experience of what happened, and it was a very joyous one. Great people, great atmosphere. Plenty of volunteers. It's a very good time to be conservative right now, given the fact that it's not just the members voting and not just the members joining the party. There's the absolute floor. They were floor of volunteers. They had a great volunteer turnout, absolutely fantastic. Thank all the volunteers, including myself, that participated in this. Some of them were there many days more than I was. A great showing of volunteers. I was at the front of the desk. I managed to end up sort of squeezing myself in the end and becoming a volunteer in train. Took over a little bit of Wayne's duties at the front desk. Not much, just making sure people that knew they came in, because he was sitting at the front desk as an intake person as well, because there was nobody there. I took over that. I sort of squeezed my way in there because of my sort of forceful person. I said, I'm going to be here. I'm sitting down. I might as well do something. So he said, well, take this chair. I might as well take over. So I took over. Very, I met Wayne. He's very nice guy. I didn't know that he was the big cheese there. The really big cheese there was part of the main part of the event that was responsible from PEI, which is where Mom was from. So it's quite a fascinating thing. I got to meet a lot of very interesting people there, and I hope as I go through this process of discovery, going through and becoming more political myself, I will get to meet more people. I eventually hope to maybe participate in events for other parties, and not just the Conservative Party, but the Liberal Party, because the Liberal Party is a legitimate party. Whether you like them or not, I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's all about free choice. And that's what democracy is about the free choice. And just because my particular views are conservative doesn't mean yours have to be. I'm not telling people that are conservative. I may have opinions that I may say things that I think are very derogatory about certain particular liberals, and you know who we'd be talking. We have a lot of people talking bad about it, even when the party is starting to question whether or not Justin Trudeau is ready for the job. Has ever been ready for the job at all. Should have been prime minister, should have been leader of the party, much less. But these are discussions the Liberal Party may have to eventually have within the party itself to determine whether or not they want to continue this path. If they want to be the governing party and continue to be the governing party in Canada in this parliamentary democracy. Justin Trudeau can say whatever he wants in slam parliament any way like, but at the end of the day is he has the right to his opinion just like everyone else is, and you can like or hate Pierre all you want. I think he's a great guy, but it's my opinion. That's why I said the program's called My Two Loonies Worth. It's not your two Loonies Worth. Your Loonies come in the comments. That's where you get to put down your money and lay your coins on the table and say, listen, hey, I either agree with you or disagree with you. I don't care. That's what discussion's about. The fact is, discussions begin from disagreements. And we can probably find some common ground. Maybe not. I don't know. And that's great. Anyway, I went to the event. It was a fantastic event. Like I said, volunteer was great. Very, very interesting time for me. I have not been involved in the internet for a little while. I've been sort of negligent in my duties. I'm negligent in my whole corporate structure in terms of dealing with all this stuff, and I need to become more active because the fact is, like I said, just because I don't feel always like I have the motivation or strength to do it, this has to be my raison d'etre for getting up in the morning besides everything else. So I can be out there for you, so you can have content to talk about. We can just start discussions together. I can get to maybe meet some of the people out there. I hope to get to eventually meet some of the commentators out there besides myself. There's a lot of guys out there like Mr. Sunshine Baby, a person who was, for most part, as a claim, though, a devout liberal supporter, a person that felt themselves being a bunch of liberal, like a lot of the people that were liberal before. And a lot of them are finding themselves questioning whether or not the Pro Party is liberal as the liberal label says. And this happened in the Conservative Party for conservatives. A lot of conservatives felt, is the Conservative Party really conservative? The problem, I hate to tell you, is party labels are just there. They're just that. They're just labels. They're just a way of identifying very quickly what the general melees of the political establishment ideology represents in terms of being easily identified. People come talk about identity politics. Is the only problem is I hate to give people a lot of bad news. Everything that's done in life, whether it be politics, whether the choice of food you have, choice of friends, who you associate with the sports, everything you do in life is all about some sort of identity politics. We don't call it politics. It's just that we just have preferences. We call it preferences, but really is identity politics more or less than anything else. That's what it really comes down to. We base a lot of views on personal things, on personal biases, influences our life, and that affects what choices we make, and not just in political choices, but in terms of friends. I mean, some friends, we make friends based on politics. We literally will associate with people because of either of specific interests, and politics is one of the big ones. Especially now with the fact that we need to determine whether or not democracy makes sense or not. And that, because there's other systems that they've been competing for a long time for our ears and eyes and mouths and everything else, for our attention. And we need to be very reticent about that and very, very much aware that this is going on all the time. So, like I say, this is the idea. So I'm hoping to. I know this one was basically supposed to be about the particular event I went to, and I want to still sort of dwell back into the other things. There was one episode that's going viral, which is from last year. My brother sort of pushed along. He's a great guy, member of Sweden Chicago. He's also going to be back soon, seeing the scenes. I believe the project they're working on is John Doe and the J.H. Booth with his buddy Doug Comrie, and it's coming back to soon, and they've been announcing it. I hope it does come back. I mean, great music. I mean, it's unfortunate we lost all this great music during the pandemic, and all the live performances went away, and they went away for a little while, and I think that Doug's getting some itchy trigger fingers, and he's wanting to come back, and he's supposed to be coming back soon. I'm hoping they get their band together and start playing at a local club near you. Anyway, so get back to what the whole thing is about. We're on this video about like I said, it's about the Conservative Party event, and like I said, I got a clips I can play at the very end about from Pierre and his wife and so. Like I said, most of these clips are things that people have already heard, so I'm just leaving them for the very end because obviously this is nothing new. I'm just trying to make the thing more lively, so it's not just about me sitting here talking. I want to try and include some of the things I experienced, and so you can sort of be the fly on the wall as well about what I did, how I went through this whole thing and how I felt about it, and so you can see my experience about it. Okay, so anyway, so the thing is that we had this convention, and Pierre, of course, obviously won the convention. It was very, very definitively won. The ballot system with the first past the post, and of course my camera keeps going because it's like I said, I keep forgetting this camera is a camera that has it puts itself in. Even though I push it into play go mode, I think I didn't put any more. I didn't put any a memory stick in, so of course it goes out of demo mode instead of doing what it's supposed to do, which is because the recording light doesn't come on. So I'm going to have to fix that later. That's my problem. Sorry about that. My bad. Anyway, we're back and went to this convention and great time. Like I said, they went to the convention and to the volunteer thing, and this is what I want us as a society to do. I don't care whether you're liberal, a Democrat, a Communist Party, or whatever political stripe you have. If you truly have conviction and believe in the process and believe in the party, you need to not just protest for them. You don't have not just got to go out there and do random acts where you're just making a bunch of speeches. At the end of the day, making speeches is one thing, but ultimately, at the end of the day, actions speak louder words. And the actions that really speak louder words is participation in the process itself. If the party has elections, if the party has candidates, if they represent, participate in the elections, participate in the candidates, participate in any type of thing. That is the greatest part of democracy. The fact that individual citizens can become not just the voters standing on the side running the vote, they can participate in the party process itself and the whole democratic process right from the beginning to end. And that's a more positive type of activity. Protesting for Black Lives Matter, protesting whatever the protest is. At the end of the day, those protests there, sure, there are going to be certain effect to some degree, but at the end of the day, the best way to get representation is look at the issues behind why these protests are happening in the place. Why are we having these things happen? What is causing whatever issue it is you're protesting about? And instead of making protests about, why not participate in the process of making the real changes that need to be done? Find the groups of people responsible. Make them accountable for what it is. Let your voices be heard. And at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to have to decide whether or not the issue is a valid issue or not. If it's a valid issue and there's really something going on, if the people there are not hearing your message and there's injustices being done in society that are, which could be considered by the standard of society crimes, by the rest of the regular standard of society crimes, then you need to go out there and change by putting out there and electing individuals and people out there who represent your point of view. And that's great. And the only problem with that is that what's going to end up happening a lot of times is that there's going to be certain views these people are going to hold that other people are disagree with, or may not be, they may hold other radical views that the rest of society doesn't agree with. But that's the democratic process. Both sides is pushing. It's a push-pull. I mean, both sides are not really both sides, but all sides get to represent themselves in issues. And ultimately, what we hope to have happen is a consensus. And this is what we really, really want. Anyway, I was talking about the episode that went viral back. Well, not viral. My brother was trying to get viral. It was a while back, and I don't know why it was such an old episode, because I got some newer broadcasts on YouTube. I don't know why they didn't find. I think maybe because what happened, there was some confusion because I was starting this channel and I created a couple different placeholders for it. I created one placeholder under my personal name account. There's a placeholder called My Two Loonies, and there's one called In-Time Media there. I bought my own In-Time Media channel now, and what I think I need to do is I need to take the other channels down and start posting links to the new channels on my thing to drive the audience to there. I need to find out how I can take the people that subscribed from the old channel and sort of say, hey, this is the old channel. I want you to come to my new channel now, check it out, and get to those people and start again. I got to figure out how that works, and once I figure out how that works, I'm going to find out who those people are, and I'm going to let them know that, hey, this channel is the old channel that was set up before when I was just playing with YouTube, and I was very, very early experimenting on. I didn't know that you can create your own corporate channels and create a corporate identity, which we do have now at In-Time Media. And hopefully soon it's going to be an In-Time Media Communications Group. Because what happens is the problem with media is that names get used by so many people, and the fact is my old name, In-Time Group, then intimemedia.ca, both domains, you can search and you can find other people that have similar accounts that have similar things. I don't know what they do on theirs, but they have similar descriptions of what they do something with the same name. And it becomes just clouding, a very, very claustrophobic type of thing. So I ended up seeing that there was some advice from somebody who told me that if you get a domain name that's very, very short, like 5 or 6 characters long, that people can easily type in and remember, that's very quick to put in, that people will find it. So I ended up creating a new one called www.itmcg.ca. I believe it was ITM for media, C for communications, and G for group.ca. So the name is In Time Media Communications Group. It's a tongue twister, but I found that was actually being a unique name, and there's unique, and so I'm going to be going by. That's going to be the official name of the whole entity from now on, as well, and the short form will be just In Time Media for a lot of people still used to the old name, and that will be the domain that will be registered. All the other domains are still active, so if people go to www.intimemedia or intimegroup.ca, they will find the website. Ultimately, the website needs a lot of work. Hoping maybe I can have some possible person that may decide to offer services, maybe volunteer to help me get it fixed up there and make it really, really pretty and nice for you guys. Maybe some of the little web experience can come on and give me a hand, because it's just a one-man band here. And right now I'm not monetizing or making any revenue yet. Hope to start to make some revenue. Maybe whoever comes online can become part of a paid staff person. And it might be a eventual paid staff position. Once we get things going, we start getting some media coming in, some revenue, and start doing some merch like some of the other bigger, more established YouTubers on here can. I'm also on Rumble and a couple other formats. I think I'm going to be on Odyssey and a few other channels. I'm going to investigate and start posting videos on those, because ultimately YouTube does have a lot of restrictions for terms of content. You sometimes can't say certain things about certain things because of popular opinion or medical opinion or whatever the opinion is. There's somebody out there that will agree to disagree with you to the point where they'll say that your opinions are bad or wrong or whatever they happen to be. So obviously, I notice like Rebel Media tends to have this problem a lot, so they have to put all their own channels. And also the fact is there's an audience of people that may not be on YouTube anymore, and they may have already went to these older channels just because they just don't want to be in the YouTube sphere anymore and get a lot of the stuff that YouTube puts out there that may not be content they're interested in. So anyway, so what I'm going to do before I go here is I'm going to attempt to put that clip up about, first I'm going to try and get the clip about First Pierre's wife here, because it's very interesting. Very beginning of it when she comes up here. So I'm going to put this in here, and let's just listen to that. I can't hear the clip play, so I'm going to be playing it. I'm just going to just let it play in the background and wait till it finishes, and then I'll see once it's done. I'll see. Hope it works properly. Then we'll go to Pierre's clip. So just hold on a second. Just bear with me. And I got to make sure it's visible. That might work. Might work better if I actually make it visible. Okay, where is it? Where does it pop up here? Pop and fresh. Oh, this is interesting. I've never... Oh, okay, this is really, 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 really fun. I had it working before. This is the fun of this stuff. I had it working before. I really did, and now it doesn't want to do anything. This is what happens when you do. This is what happens when you're working with. I had it displaying, and like I said, we may have to just do. I may have to redo this video, possibly. I'm just gonna see. Oh, what the hell? It's not showing up. Oh, it's interesting. Why is it not working? Let me just check here. I'm going to look down here. It didn't save that one. It didn't save that one at all. Oh, it is interesting. What the hell happened there? It didn't save it. Unless I saved it to the wrong place. Oh, boy. Yes, I think I know what I did. Alrighty. Bear with me. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. It's technical and there's a difficulty. of course, my camera went out again. It didn't say. Oh, what do you know? Anyway, it didn't work properly. Sorry about that. It just I thought I had it saved. I thought I saved that I went to Microsoft Edit. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this now, and I'm gonna maybe re-record it again. I'm gonna try another whack at the can here. Anyway, take care. Bye for now.